Hi, I'm Rodney Charters for Newsshooter.com. I'm here at NAB 2016 with Tim Smith. We're at the Canon booth. This is a new camera.
It is brand new.
Tell us about it.
So this is brand new. It's introduced here. It's sort of the second version of the ME20, which was our sort of now famous high ISO camera. It's built on the same platform, but it's built with a sensor from the C100 camera that we currently have. So it's an HD camera and just a camera. It's going to record out to an external source. But in this case, that way we have it built now, we have it in a studio configuration, like you would use in a news broadcast or a sports broadcast with a lens, in a very small package. If you've ever seen the studio configurations, those big box lenses, this really makes it much smaller.
Yeah, this calls to mind working in cars. If you just want a short prime, small pancake lens on this, you could get away with putting this right up in the windscreen of a vehicle, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like a GoPro on steroids when you think of it that way, because of the image quality. This is a B4 adapter, so we're going from B4 to EF, which is possible, and then utilizing the sensor, since it's a smaller lens designed for a smaller chip size. But if you just break down this for a second, ME200S SH. ME is multi-environment. So what we're thinking about with these cameras is using them for all sorts of things. High ISO, studio, wherever, multi-environment. 200 is the model number. S means Super 35 sensor size. And the ME20F, it's full frame sensor size. And then the S and the H is SD, I, and then HDMI, so that's for the outputs. So the nomenclature kind of tells you that this camera works in lots of different places in lots of different ways.
I think once you decided how you wanted to configure this, it does have a very useful role in documentary and so on, and all kinds of other applications.
You know, as a remote head camera, as a documentary camera, the design itself, I'm sure that now that there's especially two on the market with this design, the third-party people can start building the rigs and things that we need to build them out in so many different ways. There's not a lot of touch points on it, but it can be done. It's still being done. But yes, once the rigging and once the options find their way into the marketplace, people are going to be doing things with this that we didn't even imagine.
The menu structure is identical to the ME20, which I've used.
Yes.
And supports everything except the extreme high rate of 4.5 million ISO.
Correct, but one of the things on the menu system that we're working on is a firmware upgrade to kind of change the nomenclature of it for cinema people, so that you're working in ISOs instead of in gain, and so you're working in T-stops instead of F-stops. And we did produce a firmware upgrade that we announced here for the ME20, which is going to give you manual control now, complete manual control, where on the ME20 originally it was very difficult to control your iris and your shutter at the same time, and it was making some changes that you didn't want. Well, that's been addressed in firmware. So we're going to continue to build on this. That menu system can change.
I like the ability to just bring up white balance, shutter speed, and whether I had NDs invoked and so on. So presumably this still has two NDs in it.
It still has two NDs, and you can also do a cut filter. You can do a IR cut filter and remove the infrared information from it so that you can see just about everything. So no, it's not a low light camera like the ME20 is, but with the IR cut filter off, you'd be amazed how much you can see in the dark.
Yeah, we just switched it over, and it is pretty extraordinary. Okay, that's it from NAB.